Week 16 has arrived in the NFL. The stakes are increasing with every game, especially so when division rivals collide. And we've got that. The Rams and the Seahawks from Lumen Field on Thursday Night Primetime. Brandon Gaudin here with Charles Davis. 3 weeks to go in the regular season. What a start to Week 16. Rams and Seahawks underway in the NFL rivalry series. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready? Gravity Lions. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visiting Seahawks who were victorious in that one. So they now look for the sweep here back home in Seattle. Ooh, the juke. And he spins past him and into space. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The Seahawks at 9-5 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he rifles one incomplete. Well, the Rams and Seahawks doing battle here. Of course, the NFL has targeted a handful of rivalries to really highlight this season. This is one of them, and with good reason. In recent history, both teams have had innovative offenses and hard-hitting defenses. You think about Russell Wilson and all he was able to accomplish under Pete Carroll. The same with Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. You throw in the 49ers and the Cardinals, and it's easy to see why this has been one of the best divisions in football the last decade plus.
A 51-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety rolling into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. DeMarcus Lawrence drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, we don't run up the middle. They can get up.
He's got him in. Complete. And he's got it. Out of the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM that always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
22.
From the 50, Stafford. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
You talk about this Seahawk defense, and they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
He's going to air one out, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
Big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Got it. Ready? Come on. Set. Ready.
To the right side, this is Walker. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Let's go now. Chop 60, chop 70, Timbo. Ready.
Now back to throw. Open man right side is St. Brown. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
The Seahawks, first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll look to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Here's Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Ladies!
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Lady! 32!
Stafford. That's over the middle and caught by the rookie. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And middle.
To the air again, Stafford. And it's complete to Adams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
15-yard line.
Set! 180! 53! Ready!
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Ready, hot!
Here's Stafford. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Monroe. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
60, chop 60. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's down the field. He's got a roll. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football.
And got his man complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Seattle's 24, Rams nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession.
But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Easy, alert!
Now it's Stafford. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
Alert! Check! Waiting! Hey, give me a radar.
Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
On fourth down, Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Go! 70 Rangers, 19.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he fires one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
19, Panther 60.
And second and 10. He'll look to throw again. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Elijah Arroyo, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have opened the lead up to 30. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on fourth down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Rams, nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. Now Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Ready, break.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Go.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Look at the big fella go. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Elijah Arroyo as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now, we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's 2nd and 10.
Like 7, set.
In motion right goes Adams. Play action. Stafford. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Hey. 250.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that comes. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Ready.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Stafford going to change it up here.
10.
2nd and 5. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing you have to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Blue 60.
Back to throw, Stafford. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
They snap it to Stafford. And he's got it. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And that will force a turnover on downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard and under pressure and down he goes. throws in the end zone, and that's a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, give the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now. We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he works his way forward to pick up 40 yards there, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Stafford. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's got this down to the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st down, Los Angeles.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Now Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
20, 32.
To throw is Stafford. Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Alert! 180.
Throwing again is Stafford. And it's caught. Touchdown. Devontae Adams with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Rams are able to at least get one score back. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Rams will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them are the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, it all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here's Stafford. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Set, zebra, 280. Hey, 50.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Here we go on 4th. Stafford working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Down back at the 24-yard line.
Here's Stafford. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
280 and middle.
To the air again, Stafford. That is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So a bold call that this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Rams 1st down.
Double right.
Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Drill right, 22. 20 hot.
Stafford. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Stafford now to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards down to the 13. They're looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Seahawks are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
180. Level right. 32.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now it's Stafford. Slant to Adams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling has been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And now Stafford's going to move him around.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Corum now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, they'll shift things around.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Stafford. And now here's another interception. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball in a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. That one out wide and intercepted. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Play action. Stafford. Devontae Adams. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Williams. And a reinforcement's coming as they're going to stop him behind the line. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Back to throw. Stafford. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Let's go now.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now they'll change things up. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead.
Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Well, I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams, it just keeps getting worse as they're going to fall to 1-14. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for Charles Davis.